Welcome back. I'm Jerry Romine, and we're finally seeing stocks rally. The past 2 weeks have been a real roller coaster, and with the CDC chief coming out and officially saying that Omicron is mild, the stock market is starting to rally. In today's update video, we're going to be taking a quick look at the overall markets. I'll be giving an update on a few of our stock plays, and then at the very end, I'll give a quick update on what's happening in the crypto markets. Let's kick things off with a success story from Mike. Saw the indicators and bought Digital Turbine and Lightwave Logic 2 days ago. Both are up over 16%. And from God Help Me, made over 100% on Photronics December 17th call options today. Thanks, Jerry, for my birthday present. Still holding January 21 call options for a 123% gain. Very well done. If you would like to receive my trade alerts, hot stocks, and custom indicators, join my Discord. Let's get right into today's video. We're in a great place for a rally because we have discounted stock prices and there is a buying frenzy in place now that the markets are upbeat thanks to fears of the mild Omicron virus fading. According to a survey by CNBC, inflation is now the top issue of concern for Americans, but that is not stopping them from planning on a robust spending this holiday season. Combine that news with the emergency legislation that passed last week to avoid government shutdowns, and the overall market conditions are much improved over the last week. Let's jump into the charts and take a look at the major indexes. I know that with a few good up days, it's easy to get excited, but the charts do not always agree with the market hype. When I'm buying stocks, I like to be in sync with the major indexes, so let's take a look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average and see what it's doing. Coming over here to the charts, we can see we just crossed over the 20 and the 50-day moving averages. That's a really good sign, and it has shot up a lot recently. If we come down and look at the Momentum Dream Indicator, our momentum is up, and it's yellow, which means we're coming from below the zero line. And on our buy-sell indicator, we're seeing a short-term trend is neutral, and we're also below that zero line. Our strongest signals will come whenever we cross over that zero line, so right now we're setting up for a really good possible buy entry. Now, if we look at this green dot, this is the beginning of our buy zone on the Momentum Dream Indicator. And if we scroll back to the last time we had that happen, we were in a squeeze. We picked up an early buy signal and it went up a little bit, then it came back down, and then we picked up our main buy signal. We were green on green, and then we had a major movement to the upside, and that's what we're looking to recapture now. We're now looking at the S&P 500, and you'll notice a very similar setup. If we come down and look at our green dot right here, let's scroll back to the last time we had a green dot, and this was our early part that we could have considered getting in. It went up a little bit, came back down, had a one-day squeeze, and then it fired and it took off. And once we went green on green with a buy signal, that's whenever the magic happened. So we're looking at the same setup to happen here again. Our third index is the NASDAQ, and if we look here, we've got a green dot again. Let's go back to our green dot. Same thing happened, had an early green on green, all of the magic happened. And then let's also look at the red on red sections. Anytime we're red on red, that's normally a time when I don't want to be adding new positions. Red on red, everything went down, and then it switched over. We went below that 100-day moving average, and then it was off to the races. We've got the same setup right here, red on red, and now we're coming back, and we're just waiting for that green on green. Now let's give you an update on some of the stocks that I own and that I'm looking to buy more of. First up, we've got Tesla. This is my biggest position. I'm currently up over 76.7%, and I also make money weekly on these puts that I do, and you can check out my other videos for those puts. Looking at our setup here, we can see that we came down, we tested that 50-day moving average, and we've had two really nice up days on Tesla, and yesterday they were up 1.64%. But if we come down, we look at the Momentum Dream Indicator, we can see we've got a squeeze alert going on. That's these red dots right here, which I absolutely love to get in during a squeeze. But if we look at our momentum, even though we were up 2 days, we can see that our momentum is still down. So for this, I am waiting for the momentum to turn up, and then I might consider getting into some new positions with that. The other part that we want to watch is the buy sell indicator, and we can see that our short-term trend is still bearish and we're in the warning zone. So right now we're still in the red down here. This should be changing soon, and this is the setup we're looking for right here, green on green with a buy signal. But I will get in early on these red dots once that momentum changes to positive. Apple has been on fire, and they were up 2.28% yesterday. They hit a new high of 175.96. And if you look at this dashed line right here, this white one is the ATR3, and you can set that up by adding Keltner channels to your charts if you'd like. And when we look at this in the past, you can see that sometimes it trades at the ATR3, but it doesn't last very long, and then it always comes back down to that 20-day moving average. So here it stayed there for a long time, came back down, it touched, came back down, and then we've been at the ATR3 for some time now. So my my advice on this is wait for a pullback before you get into it. That's what I'm doing. The other thing is, if we look at our charts, we know our strongest signals are down near the zero line, and you can tell we're a long ways away from the zero line, so it's definitely due for a pullback. And we can just go back a couple of months and we can see we had the same setup here, a long ways away from that zero line. It pulled back to the zero line, and that's whenever we had our good setups happening again. The last stock we're covering today is NVIDIA, ticker NVDA. My current profit is 50.2%. And if we look at the charts here, we had a beautiful run up, then it hit a new high and it was weakening on our momentum. And we're all the way down here to a zero line reset, which we absolutely love. And we've got a squeeze going on. So this part looks really good. However, we've got a little bit of a mixed signal down here on my buy sell indicator. Our short-term trend is bearish and we're in the warning zone. And what I don't like is we're still well above that zero line. So this is where it becomes a judgment call on whether or not you want to get in during the squeeze. Now, I am looking to add to this position, and that's because NVIDIA has so many great things going on. I'm most likely going to buy, even though we've got a little bit of a divergence right here between the price and our indicators. And the other thing I want to go over is our risk management bar at the top. Here you can see we've got a $25,000 account. If we want to risk 5%, we would buy roughly $1,250. And our golden question is, will I risk $166 and buy 4 shares for $1,273? Our target price would be $380.67. The recommended trail stop is 13%. And that's a little higher than I normally like, so you might consider putting that down at 10%. That's completely up to you. And then our profit per share goal is going to be $62.41 at a minimum, and that is our risk management bar. And if you're wondering why your risk is only $166, that's because you would have a trail stop right now of roughly 13%. And now it's time for the Crypto Minute to see if anything looks good to buy or sell. No hype, no drama, just technical analysis made easy. We're now looking at Bitcoin on the hourly chart, and in the last couple of days, I've had several buy alerts go off for Bitcoin and Ethereum on the hourly chart, and I didn't take any of those buy signals, and let me show you why. So if we come down and look at the indicator here on my buy-sell indicator, we can see I had a buy signal right here, which was about 10 or 11 hours ago, and even though everything looked good on the hourly chart, I didn't take it. And the reason why is I watched the 1 hour, I also watched the 4-hour chart, and you can see on our 4-hour chart, we've not been in the green zone. And if we come out and we look at the daily chart, this is the main one that I'm looking for. We are not in the buy zone yet, and that's what we're waiting on. So the first thing that I want to have happen is the daily chart go to green on green with a buy signal, and then I will look to enter on a 4-hour chart, and then I watch the 1-hour chart just to get an idea of where the markets are going on a shorter time frame. We're now on the Ethereum hourly chart, and in the last day you can see that we've had 3 buy signals on the hourly, but let's jump up to the 4-hour chart and you can see we had 2 buy signals, so things are looking better on the 4-hour chart. Now let's drop over to the daily chart, and what do we see? Well, we haven't had a buy signal in about 7 or 8 days, not since December 1st. So we're waiting right now for this to go into the green zone, and then once we're on the daily chart with a buy signal, then we're going to look to enter on the 4-hour chart. Now, if we look at the far right-hand side, these are all of the different coins that I'm tracking. We can see absolutely everything is in the red, so there's nothing going on there, and it's a pass. And if you would like my trading view indicators, I've got a link for you in the description below. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. If you've not already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that like button. And be sure to check out beastmodeanalysis.com for all of your financial data. And if you want free stocks, free crypto, or to earn up to 8.6% interest on your money, check out my promo links in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.